And welcome back, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The magical feeling you had when the opening scenes of leaving the Midgar appeared in the first original Final Fantasy VII. There's still the same, you could kind of feel of awe and fascination to see this Greenland. So I would not call it a very small little intermissionary, well, just a little trek from between Midgar and Kalm into complete little. The game is now open to the world map. But there are enemies. Orc.
It's on you. We need a break. I have it. Keep it together. Don't overdo it.
Here goes.
Yeah. And it looks like that in addition to the regular advance points to improve materia and money and experience points, I will also gain some of the materials for the item crafting mechanic, which I'm supposed to say is quite well. How much of that kind of crafting and item making appears is completely different, and of course there would be this huge oil pipe kind of thing, which would of course be carrying Mako energy. It's just, I remember that Final Fantasy 13 to me had similar once you reach the planet in that, or we'll say Grand Pulse. It had similar that kind of sense that now it's all open. Feel free to explore. And that game also had that kind of very strict chapter-based.
Should we be worried about those things?
We're fine.
How can you be so sure?
Because I've read the field guide. Like any good soldier.
Local wildlife will only attack while on the hunt or in defense of their territory. Fiends, on the other hand, attack without reason.
If they're attacking, what does it matter?
It matters if your nose can discern their intent before they attack, as I gather yours can't.
Oh, and Red's got a nicely sarcastic tone in his speech, but he's still, you can still feel that he is very extremely polite about his things. Yeah, there's a building over there and I want to go and explore it. But the broken landscape makes it a bit difficult to navigate the actual locations, but now I'm gonna... Yeah, these grasslands are actually quite beaten, that the lands, it's very rocky and inhospitable area. Oh, there's a huge aqueduct as well. It's just so much this kind of landscape added that it doesn't surprise me at all that the game has... It's got about 150 megabytes of, gigabytes of size. Yeah. Dodge. Synergy abilities.
Keep it together.
I'll show you what I can do.
I wonder do the synergy abilities work like in the oh yes.
Sorry, but I gotta. That'll do.
I have to fill the ATB bars of both characters so I can actually blast out the synergy abilities. Very similar mechanic to Chrono Trigger, but in this one it feels like that you only get the ATB bar if you actually use the character. And it's nice to notice that even the team that I'm not playing with is still traveling with me. Yeah. Locked buildings. In this kind of beautiful lush world with a oh, now look at that. And I did some, maybe I did some spoilage to myself, but I checked out some of the trophies that you're gonna get from playing this game, and those mentioned areas like Nibel. So it might be that this game has all the story until Cloud arrives to Nibelheim, where they will most likely be big final drama scene. Which I would say that might be kind of stupid, because how many that would not even feel to be in the middle way of the complete Final Fantasy VII original story. So they might be it was frightening to think that how long it's gonna take until the remake is completely finished. Because it took them about 4 years to well, almost 4 years to make this one, so it might be something like 2030s when the Final Fantasy remake is actually complete and with 3 different platforms. That is, unless something horrifying calamity happens or doesn't happen. But that looks like the Chocobo farm. Let's look at the map. Card shop, air raid shelters. Well, I'm doing quite well at this, pushing my business, and I'm quite relieved to notice that even the lots of the basic Earth and landscape is very much the same, similar to how the original map of the Final Fantasy VII showed it, that there's this big river and a waterfall near Midgard, but in that you might expect it to be a really huge river, and this one it's just a small-ish river. But luckily these monsters are something that's not that really Grasslands wolf, and these enemies are very much Right.
Nothing to it.
And I wonder, does Barret and Tifa also get any of the so-called leaked experience from these fights, or do I have to carefully switch to them and learn how to use them? This is some sort of radio tower or something. I think this might be something like That looks like some sort of weird critter. Moogle medals. It's just this kind of little tower. Oh yeah, that's a nice sight, and I do that would be a nice way to all go. And you can still see the hell, Red can climb ladders. That's a big dog or cat thing. I really don't know what animal build it resembles more. Is it dog or cat? Because, well, it's quite big. It doesn't look that much look like mustelid, or maybe something like a, well...
Keep it together.
So it's my turn? It's your turn.
Red's got a quite ferocious... Oh yeah, he's a beast. I can understand why they didn't make him completely playable at the remake, because he was so short time in that game that there was no point of making him fully playable character. Just out of practical pragmatism. Ah, there's mention of some Chocobo Stoops and Republic. I think the Republic might be some sort of state. Well, of course, the name says that it was some sort of state apparatus in Midgard, but which has more or less gotten withered down. Which is nice, because Final Fantasy VII had a big problem in the sense that it had no state entities. It basically had world was basically all Shinra. There was Wutai was there, but it was mentioned as some sort of, well, it was an independent state which had been defeated by Shinra, but Shinra was not mentioned about any state it belonged in, because it practically was the state by itself. But this looks like a Chocobo farm.
Since he was hatched, and now he's gone. I know I gotta get it together.
Oh, and there's a leveling up system. I'm just boosting those you could say passive abilities. Yeah, Barrett's a tank. I think with the long term, I might actually do the item crafting and that kind of stuff off camera once it starts to get really big. Steel. Hunter Spangle. for some reason I think I just wanna go and buy some of this stuff. Yep. And of course doing the manual save load. And now as I'm here,
This stuff here is feed for the animals. It's survival.
You be the avalanche, folks? It's okay, I'm on your side.
Heard you be heading my way. You're safe here, but not for long. By the sound of it, Shimmer's leaving no stone unturned. Might want to hole up at the old dock out by the swamp. I'd wager Shimmer's forgotten it's even there. Wish there was something more I can do. I ain't got the space to put y'all up. Swamp's your best bet for now.
well, that'll be. Well, they are farming around here, so. And there's no. And this place specifically was not shown to be the Chocobo farm, even though. Well, interestingly enough, in Final Fantasy VI, there were several Chocobo stables that you could rent those big, nice traveling birds. But in this one, it's not like that. No, that's cow. That's milk. That's cattle. Oh, now look at that. I wonder do they say moo? Nah. Couple of light-colored ones. Yeah, that's cow. 2 brown cows. Yeah, and 1 black one. They're all cows. Yeah, that means female cattle, you could say. Bull is male. Well, but this is just that kind of world that you just want to see what happens, what's outside, above these little. To see beyond all these little small hills and crests, that see what it is, and the derelict state of this place is. There's just so much. Well, those are geographical. I guess. No, that's the Midgar land. It's just completely polluted wasteland over there, which looks to be close to Midgar. Damn, this game has taken lots of work to do, and notice how smoothly it, even with this modern hardware, which most likely, well, I know it can eat original Final Fantasy VII for lunch, dinner, and dessert at the same time, and doesn't even notice it. Abandoned Duck, Oliver's Farm, all kind of. And there's looks like a temple or church. I think something like a Fallout 3 had similar, that kind of almost compressed sense of battered hellscape. I personally don't like Fallout games, or at least these modern games, being so close to the cities. New Vegas was good; it had quite lots of these. But as a Fallout 3 had a bit of issue, at least in my ways, seeing that how much. Sorry, cattle, I am not there to disturb you, and also the fact that there's just not that much of enemy encounters also makes it so much more I don't know, set materia. Steel. Prayer, steel, wind. Yeah, I got 3 places to actually make use of the materials. So I don't know how well they made the item level grinding in this game possible. I think it's quite possible. But when with the foreshadowing that this might end at the Nibelheim location, I really hoped this doesn't end at Nibelheim, because then they would. Well, I would have designed it so that it would be a trilogy, 3 games. Remake, Rebirth, and perhaps finally would be something ominous like Reawakening or Revenge or Restoration.
Well, well. If it ain't my favorite group of hitchhikers.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Thanks again for the right to call.
Oh,
Don't mention it.
Choco
It's
Bill.
the least I could do for 2 such lovely young ladies. But I do believe I neglected to introduce myself. The name's Bill, and you can count on me for a lift anytime. Except today, that is. Afraid the old Butte's pulled up lame. Sorry about that.
No biggie. We're enjoying the fresh air. Thanks, though.
You, know someplace we can hunker down?
Hunker down, you say? Oh? I'd almost forgotten what it was like to be young and in love. Y'all just head straight that way toward the swamplands. You'll find an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there.
I am quite certain that the reason for that.
Once you're done with whatever you got going on.
I'm quite certain that reason why nobody bothers to go there is a huge ass snake monster called Midgard Solom, and I wonder, have they made the stabbed through the head monument of Sephiroth by Sephiroth to show that, yeah, there doesn't seem to feel to be that kind of sense of physical pursuit as the original one had in that kind of sense, because Sephiroth just can appear or reappear however he feels like it. And those are enemies. I have seen them in original one. I will see them again as well. Elephant. Ability, assess, Elephant. Well,
Deal with that.
I'll take care of it. That'll do. Can you take over, Toby?
yeah, these are quite mean critters. Stardust Ray, which was that was a limit break in the original, but now it seems to be a regular ability. Nothing wrong with that. And of course, when you know this kind of when you know this kind of games, basic mechanics, you know that the physical sense of the space is
celebrate.
Yeah, those are. Oh yeah, I was saying that the areas in physical size actually, in a sense, get smaller over there in these kind of games. Instead of dozens and dozens of kilometers empty space, there's something like maybe a few 100 meters between all different kind of locations, which makes traveling between them way more.
That thing Shinra's?
Looks like. But definitely an older model.
From back when they were duking it out with the Republic.
Hard to imagine this was once a battlefield.
And harder still to find land anywhere that it hasn't been a battlefield at some point.
So, was it some kind of civil war that Shinra won? Or was there some sort there's lots of basically unanswered things in Final Fantasy VII that, well, now that you are handling it one thanks it got move. Well, looks like it.
So someone looks kind of shaky. You okay? I think we're almost done.
Just like that, okay?
All kinds of death and destruction and mayhem happening. Yeah, this is now the big forest land. But I do like this open space and feeling of exploration this game has brings to Final Fantasy. It really, Final Fantasy really can't be too constricted game in the sense that where you can go or what you're gonna do, except for very short periods of storytelling, which is to say dungeon or what dungeon locations or however you want to call it. Well, there's the swamp leading to the Mithril mines, but
No sign of Shinra.
Yeah.
Looks like an old Republic landing.
Could borrow a boat, make our way across. Then, head on through the mines and keep going till we hit Juno.
Sure. Why not?
You trust these rotting hulks?
I mean, we could.
Let's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
This swamp is home to the deadly Midgard Swarmer. Beware.
But even if you're slow, you can rent a chocobo. We'll see you safely past being nothing if not fast.
So just give Bill the word, and he'll pick you out. A bird!
well, that's good advertisement.
Well,
Damn, it's.
Can we rent some birds?
Can we?
Oh. Well, there's two lovely birds, and one of them has. Well. You know, I know that Tifa is very good distraction. She's got two quite. I really can't say it. She has two. Yeah, she has pretty face and. Well, she has pretty face and nice looking. And those really, although I would say in this case, disturbingly red eyes. They should be this kind of deep, warm brown, as they were in the original one. But she is really one of those that difficult cases of quite notable cases of my eyes up here. There seems some golden thing. Well, let's just make a save and see what happens if I would try to brave these waters by myself. And of course they made it a bit different name. Now it's got Midgard Solm. In the original it was Midgard Zolom.
What happened to getting chocobos?
Looks like nah, I can't just go there and get myself eaten by a Midgard Solm. Boo! Loot, wood stuff and all that. It's just so nice feeling of this little, just wandering through the world. Well, let's make a little hypothesis that the original one had a, well, if this one ends at Nibelheim, they could still space for at least two or three, at least two, easily with two, depending how much you would expand all the stuff after that. Because if this is just to the end of the basically the world tour on foot pace, ending on the rocket town, because then you would get the flying thing, and you could actually you could get a tiny bronco, which is the boat that you could then go to Wutai and travel longer distances, and which would also might lead to the, you could say, Keystone Temple of the Ancients and all that. It's really difficult to guess where they would go, but I'm definitely certain that it will at least should go to the Nibelheim, this game. But even then they could be spaced for at least, easily spaced for two games, seeing how much things go on. But yeah, there's the band Loveless, which appeared at all of it. So let's just rest in here. Actually no, not rest in here, because these places are in bad shape and I don't have any of these cushions, but just let's save it right here and end the episode as well. See ya. And you look really dashing, Cloud, even though in this one.